Hey everyone, in today's video, I want to show you how to use PayPal to send and receive money online. And we're going to focus on paypal.com on a computer. They also do have mobile apps. I'll make separate videos for those, but the process is pretty much the same of how you sign up and how you send and receive money inside of PayPal. So jump into paypal.com and we're gonna go ahead and sign up for the first time by pressing sign up on top. And there are two types of accounts on PayPal. There's the personal account and there is a business account. Now I have both of these, and I have one for my personal life and I have a couple for two different businesses. But in the case of this video, I'm gonna set up a personal account, but I'll show you inside of a business account. It's pretty much the same, the layout's a little bit different. So regardless of which one you choose, the rest of this video will apply to you. But if you're gonna use it to send money to people you know, or if you're gonna pay for things online, personal is good. But if you wanna get paid and invoice people and things like that, the business one is good. Now both do have free options, even the business one, but the personal one is free. So choose one of these and then go ahead and press next. And on this page, you do have to type in your legal name, first and last, and your email and password. This has to be your legal name because it is going to ask you personal questions to verify your identity or your EIN number if you're a business. And this works around the world. So I'm making the video in the US, but PayPal works globally. And the question that this is going to ask you is going to be a little bit different if you're a business or if you did the personal account, but it's pretty straightforward either way. So I'll type in this information and I'll press next. Now I'm going to type in the address. I'm going to check on this box. I'm going to add in my phone number, and on the bottom, I'm going to agree and create an account. And on this next page, it's going to ask you to either add a credit or debit card. That's where you would put in the credit card and debit card information, or you could link a bank instead. These are also available on a different page when you sign into the app. If you're here to receive money, you don't have to do that. It could sit on your PayPal balance, and then you could link a bank account to basically get that money out of PayPal. I'll explain that in a second. Right now, let me just say I'm here to receive money, and it will take me inside of PayPal, and it's already going to take me to send and request money page. But let me just go to the home page so I could explain to you what's going on. So I just jumped into the home page. I did have to log in one more time. And if you look on top and you sign up for business, it looks a little bit different. I'll show you in a little bit what that looks like. But ultimately, it's laid out a little bit better for business, a little bit easier to request payments with invoices and things like that. But right now, on top, you should have summary activity, send and request money. That's where we're going to spend our time on, and wallet and shopping. Now, what you have to understand about PayPal is a digital wallet. So all your cards, your bank accounts, and even your PayPal balance sits inside of the app or on paypal.com. So in order to send money, you could use any of those methods. And in order to request money, you could use the request option and receive it inside of your PayPal account and then transfer it out to your bank account. So right now, it's a pretty straightforward process of what you have to do next. Link a credit or debit card, link a bank account, or one of the two. I usually do both because on some payments, I'm going to use a credit card, and on some payments, like paying someone, I'm going to use direct bank transfers. And you do have to confirm your phone number to verify your account. So again, the first things first, I'm going to link a bank account. At the minimum, you have to do this or this option. If you have no payment methods, all you could really do is request money. You can't really send money. So if you just want to request money, all you have to do is go to this icon right here or go up to the request menu up here. Now I'm going to go ahead and just log out of this account. I want to show you my other account just to show you what established account looks like, and once you start using your account, where things are going to end up. And here we are inside of my PayPal account. Again, a personal account. I'll show you the business one in a second. And this should be the summary page, which is ultimately the home page of the website, where it's going to show you everything that's happening. You're going to have your PayPal balance right on top. Yours is going to be zero if you just sign up for the app. But ultimately, this is your digital wallet. This money is going to sit there forever if you don't transfer the money out to your bank account. So that's why it was important to link it to your bank account first and then add the other method of payments that you want to use. But if I wanted to transfer my balance out, it just requires me to press transfer money. if you want to add to your balance here, let's say you want to put some money into your PayPal balance and then use PayPal to pay for things, it's the three dots over here. You could press that. And instead of transferring money out, which is what this one does, adding money allows me to bring money into my balance. So I'll press that. And it's going to pull up your bank account. So it was important to set that up first and then transfer balance, whatever amount you want, into this account. Now there's no fee when adding money from a bank to PayPal. So that's why adding a bank account is the best way to use PayPal. You could use it free of fees from transferring money into PayPal and transferring money out of PayPal to your bank account for free. Then you're going to have your recent activities underneath that. These are going to be the type of payments that I've either paid for or received using PayPal. So I use PayPal to pay for a variety of services, and I also use it for people to pay me money for a variety of services in my business account. And on the right, you have send and request, and you have the more option, which gives you all these different options over here. But ultimately, let me show you the first thing you usually want to do is go to your wallet tab right here on top. And on here, you should have link a debit or credit card and link a bank account. The same option that it requested when you signed up, you could always come back and do it this way. On the business account, it's called money instead of wallet. So go in the money tab. So at the minimum, I'm going to link a bank account. So I'm going to click this, and it's going to basically let you search for your bank or use one of these popular banks here. Again, I'm in the US here, but it may be different where you are. But go ahead and search for your bank, and it just has you sign into your bank to make this process easy. Or it's going to verify by sending a couple very small transactions to your bank, and it's going to ask you how much those were, and that's the verification process. This is pretty straightforward here. If you want to link a debit or credit card, you could press that. And again, you could do this manually, or you could link it by the banks that issued credit cards. The manual option is pretty easy, so if you click it, it's going to ask you to type in your credit card number and security code and the usual information, and you could link the card on the bottom of the page. I'm going to press X. So that's basically the digital wallet plus the PayPal balance. So if you've received money on PayPal, it's going to show up over here. And if you're outside of the US and you're not using US dollars, there is a currency calculator here too. So if you're sending money from two different countries with two different currencies, you could go ahead and do the math here. Oftentimes I've hired people in England and I've had to figure out how much I have to pay them to be the right amount for the job. And when you're ready to take your money out of PayPal, you could go ahead and press transfer money, and it's going to transfer it to my bank, or I could request a check, or I could just use this balance to pay for things or to people. I don't have to transfer it out. I usually don't. I use my PayPal balance to pay for things rather than every time transferring it to my bank and then transferring the balance back to PayPal. So that's the wallet page. Let's go to the send and request page. To send money to someone, you type in their name, email, or phone number and press next. And it will take the money that you want to send them and it will send it to their PayPal. If they don't have PayPal, it's going to ask them to create a free PayPal account and then go through the process. Very straightforward. Now, let me go ahead and just send money to someone. All your recently paid, all the people that you've paid using this method are going to show up here. So you could also manage contacts and move people around. I'm not going to do that. I'll pay someone new. I'll press next. And let me kind of show you how this works. Let's say I was paying $100 here. I will pick my currency here. I'm in US, so US dollar, but all those are available. And it's really important what you're paying for. Are you paying for an item or a service? In that case, that's what it's choosing because I'm trying to send money to another PayPal account that is business. So it's guessing that I'm paying for an item or a service. But I could go ahead and press change here and look at the couple of different options you have. If you pay for an item or a service, like if you bought something from eBay or if you're paying a service that you hired, the seller pays a fee. So it's free for you to send it, but the seller has to pay a fee. But sometimes the seller will ask you, especially when you're paying for a service, to cover their PayPal fee. But there's another option, sending to a friend. There's no fee as long as you use a bank account or the PayPal balance that I've shown you to send people money. In this case, friends and family in the US. So I'm sending to a friend. No one's going to get charged anything. I'm not going to get charged anything. I'm going to use my PayPal balance or my bank account. I'm going to go ahead and leave a note. But you do lose the PayPal purchase protection. And that's what a lot of people use PayPal. It is owned by eBay. A lot of payments from eBay go through PayPal, and you have purchase protection, meaning PayPal covers you. So you could read more about purchase protection here. But if you're just sending to a friend, if you're just doing a money transfer from one friend to another family member, this one charges nothing as long as you use a bank account. If you use a credit card, it will charge you because credit cards do have fees applied to them. There's no way to get around that, but using PayPal balance and banks do not. The request option, let me go over here. This kind of works the same way. You type in someone's name, email, and phone number, and then you could go ahead and request money. So I'll just do that as an example here. It will take me to this page where I would say I'm requesting $10. I would type in that amount. And again, in different countries, there's all these different currencies that you could choose from that are supported by PayPal. It's going to say the email address of the person that you typed in. You could add other people here as well and send them money all at the same time. You could even use this to split bill here. And then you could also add your note for what this is for. And then you could press request now. And then they will receive an email that you requested money from them. Again, they'll have to come and sign up for a free PayPal if they don't have one. And then they could go ahead and receive that money from you. Let me go back to send and request. Then you have your activities tab that we haven't seen yet. Let's go there. And it's going to show you every transaction, and you could go ahead and search right here by activity or by date here and filter things that way. But it's a very, very easy way to see all the different things that you've paid for or received inside of PayPal. And there's a shopping tab. Let's go there. And this you could explore on your own, but they do run deals here where you could go ahead and receive discounts on a variety of things like gift cards. And again, you could use your PayPal balance. So if I wanted this $50 gift card, I could receive it just by using PayPal. And you have a settings option here. Let's click that. And I basically have to blur everything here. This is my personal account here, but you could go ahead and change any of the information that you have here. You could even update your profile picture here. And on the bottom of the page, if you set this up as a personal account and you want to make it a business account, you could always do that on the bottom. And if you ever wanted to close your account, the option is on the very bottom of the page. Now, let me show you the business account briefly. I want to show you what that looks like for a second. So I'm going to log out of this one and log into my business account. So now I'm inside of my business account, and as you can see, it's a little bit different. There's the summary tab again, but everything in the homepage is laid out a bit differently. And then there's a money tab. You still have your activities, but now you have a report and you have different business tools here. So a little bit of a different layout, but you still have the settings gear on top. But what you're looking at in the summary page, your balance is still over here, and you could transfer money or add money to your balance using these two options over here. And there's a bunch of transfer money options like instant transfer from your bank or check by mail or standard transfer. Again, similar to the personal account that we had. We have our recent activities. Again, it has its own tab, but it's going to show up right here on the home page in a little bit of a different place than the personal. But one of the useful ones inside of this is creating an invoice in seconds. Is basically putting in someone's email, like a customer's email, the description and the amount, and creating invoice, which makes it a lot easier to professionally request money from people that you've worked with, like your customers. I'll do a video dedicated to PayPal for Business, but ultimately, if you go to the money tab here, it's going to allow you to do everything that I've shown you before, like adding your bank account takes place over here. Your card, you could link a card over here. Your balance is going to show up over here. You could convert currency over here. And you could go ahead and send and request money over here, which takes you to that exact same request and more option. The same thing we looked at on the personal account. You could go ahead and type in someone's name, email, or phone number, or you could do the exact same thing here by typing in someone's name, email, and phone number and request money, and they will show up here if you've paid them before, so you could select from recently paid over here. You could also create invoices over here too on request, which was also available on the homepage of the app, which basically takes you to the full invoice page where you could go ahead and create invoices in more detail than we had on the homepage. So you could use this more advanced option inside of here. Again, there's a lot in the PayPal for Business. That's why I just wanted to show you briefly the personal one, and I'll work on a video just dedicated to PayPal for Business. And I should be finishing up the PayPal mobile app video shortly as well. I hope you found this PayPal video useful. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for easy to follow tech videos, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.